Okay, guys, I rechecked my work again. I really didn't find anything wrong. I did go ahead and put a 500 ohm power resistor in place of the primary on the audio output transformer. And I know that somebody had questioned why I was doing that. It had nothing to do with sound, because obviously I know I'm not going to get sound out of it with that in place. But that primary of that audio transformer completes a voltage divider in a circuit that may affect this. Now, the other thing that I did was I did order a new 5U4 rectifier tube, and that's in place. So I'm going to go ahead and fire this back up and see if it will still not do anything, or if the combination of the 5U4 rectifier tube and the power resistor had any effect on this at all. So let's go ahead and power up the MFP, and we've already done a slow power, but we're still going to take a little bit slow. Make sure it switches on. Okay, and let's go ahead and take it up to, we'll take it up to about 50 volts right off the bat. There's 53 volts. Looking at the DC voltage climbing. It's about 200 volts DC. That's actually, I believe, better than what we had the first time around. Alright, let's go ahead and take it up some more. There's 76 volts. Pulling about 700 milliamps right now. I see tubes glowing in the set. Go ahead and take it up to about 100 volts. There's 90 volts. I'm drawing about 1220 milliamps. I don't smell anything, and I don't see any smoke yet, so I'm going to go ahead and take it to 100. And just, there's 99. 100 volts, drawing 1500 milliamps. I'm going to dim the lights down and take my fluorescent tube and just see if we get anything out of the flyback. No, still nothing out of the flyback. Well, darn. I was actually quite hopeful that we were going to get something out of the flyback. But not to be. Not to be. I did some voltage, I'm sorry, I did some tests on the flyback coils, and from an ohmage standpoint, resistance test, they tested good. So I'm not quite sure why we're not getting anything, but we're not. The good thing is it is not tripping the electronic circuit breaker anymore. Well, actually that happened at around 107 volts. Let's see if it happens again. I'll get you in closer to the tube to see if it reacts the same way it did before. So if you can see my finger, this is the 5U4. Let's crank it on up and see. Right now we got 312 volts DC. Let's see what we can get this up to on our current, our voltage, not our current, but we'll see what that does. There's 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107. It's not tripping the breaker. That's a good thing. And there's 110 volts, and it did not trip my circuit breaker. And we did not have any blue lightning going on inside of the 5U4 rectifier. So that's good, but the fact that we have no high voltage obviously is not good. So I don't know. I'm obviously missing something, but I don't know what it is. I'm pulling about 1900 milliamps right now. This set is rated at 2.1 amps, so we're not there yet. My DC is 348 right now. So, alright, let's back it down. Let's back it down. Alright guys, so I've been working on this old 50T 1401 a few days now. Go back, rechecking my work, finding what I would think might be an issue and not finding anything once I'd actually dig into it further. Haven't found anything wired incorrect. I did find one bad resistor that was double what it should be, and it was a big resistor. I'll tell you which one it is once I remember and find it on the schematic. Anyhow, I've got it on a different variac right now because we weren't quite being able to get up to the, I could only get to like 110 volts on my multifunctional panel because that was only rated at like 2.1 amps, and also my isolation transformer is only rated at 1.25 amps, so it kicked out on me. So I moved it down to my big one, this one here, and right now I've got it at 117 volts even. It's pulling, I don't know if you can see that or not. Looks like, oh, this is in the way. Right there, I'm not sure if you're going to make that out or not, but it's pulling 2.1, so basically 2100 milliamps, or 2.1 amps. So anyhow, I have done multiple things as far as I've taken wires off the flyback to isolate it, checked it all out. It checked out fine. Right now it has been turned on for about 45 minutes. Nothing's smoked, nothing's hot, nothing bad's going on. If I bring you around here, you'll see all the tubes are all lit on it. But I'm getting ready to take my fluorescent tube and see if it does anything now. So let me get you on the tripod and then I'll flip the light out and we'll come over here with the tube and see what it does. Okay, so there is the placement of the top edge of this here. This is approximately where I'm going to put the tube, and I'm going to try it first without the camera off and see if it does anything. I don't see anything. Let me get the light off. I want to try it again. Maybe I might get something. Aha, look at there. We're getting high voltage. Enough to light that tube. I don't know what it is because I don't have a voltmeter that'll check it. but I am getting high voltage now. So, finally, I think that we might have something here. Let me get the lights. Alright, I'm going to now flip this thing down and get it set back up again where we're lugged into the CRT, and we'll see if it brings anything up on the CRT at all. So I'll get that set up. Alright guys, so I've set my tripod up so you guys can see the screen, and I've got this set on right now, and I'm going to adjust the brightness control because there's nothing on the screen right now, and see if we can get something to come up. Look at there. We have got an image. Let me rephrase that. We don't have an image. We've got life. If I adjust the brightness control, we've got life. Contrast control is doing some effect as well. So, I've got the high voltage apparently corrected. So, good stuff. Alright, now we just got to see if we can get something better than just the line. And I'll have to do a little research and other things going on with the set probably that I haven't got completely corrected yet. But I also know I got to get that output transformer. I found one on eBay that is supposed to be a replacement, but I don't know if he's still going to have it. I found it a few weeks ago. So, okay, let me end this here, and next one we'll see if we can't figure out something to get some sort of a raster on this screen. Right now with the set in backwards, let me show you. Re-aim this tripod. Yeah, so right now this is my current setup, so with this setup I can't really get into any of the controls that would normally be in here in the back to try and make an adjustment, because everything's on that end and I don't want to stick my hand in there and my arm or something and get hit with 10,000 volts. So I'm going to, now that I know I've got something, I'm going to do some additional checks on other voltages and such, see if I can't get the output transformer so that not just running on a power resistor on that one circuit, and insert the chassis so that we can possibly try and check some other adjustments. So, alright, that's where we're going to end this one. Thank you for watching Greg's Vintage Workshop.